Hello and welcome to the Fault of Horror. I'm Chris and it's October. So all month long we're gonna have a horror takeover on the channel. Today we're gonna start things off. I'll recommend a few short stories for you to check out this Halloween season. First up, we have The Black Cat, written by Edgar Allan Poe. Now, Poe was more so known for his poetry, but his short stories are also very good. The Black Cat is oftentimes compared to a very similar work done by Poe entitled The Telltale Heart, but when comparing the two, I actually prefer The Black Cat. Now, both of them are stories about someone being tormented by their own guilt. The Black Cat really puts an emphasis on the short story aspect of it. It's only a few pages long. You could probably finish it quicker than you can get through your morning cup of coffee, but it's truly impressive the way it manages to build so much suspense in such a short time. And even though Edgar Allan Poe passed away more than 170 years ago, there's a reason why he is still a household name, and stories like this are that reason. Next up we have Cycle of the Werewolf by Stephen King. Now, I must admit that King did not achieve this on his own. First of all, it's inspired by the Wolfman, and secondly, there are illustrations in this book done by the legendary Bernie Wrightson, which lend themselves well to the terror of it. So the brilliance of Stephen King is, sometimes when he's inspired by something else, he asks questions, and he answers them with his own stories. The original Universal monster movie, The Wolfman, it seemed like every single evening, Lon Chaney Jr. transformed into a lycanthrope, and we all know that there's not a full moon every single day. In Cycle of the Werewolf, we go through an entire year, and the werewolf only strikes when there is in fact a full moon. So at first, this town thinks there's just some disturbing events occurring, before they finally come to realize that they're only occurring during the full moon and something is up. So I want to run you through how King and Wrightson sort of fed off of each other in this book. When you finish a chapter, you flip to the next page and it indicates what month it is. After that, we're given a 2-page spread of a black and white drawing, which gives us the setting and the season. There's then a page of text, but when we flip to the next page of text, we're immediately drawn to the other side of the page where there's an illustration basically giving away what's about to happen. At first I felt sort of cheated by this, but then I began to realize the brilliance of it. Knowing how these people will die and then reading about it in excruciating detail is truly terrifying, and it lends itself well to this book. Next up, we have a story that's gained a lot of notoriety in recent years due to a film adaptation, despite the fact that it's over 100 years old, The Color Out of Space. Now, this actually reminds me of other works, Jaws and A Nightmare on Elm Street. Not because it's similar to either of those, but because it finds terror in the simplest of things. Jaws made people leery about swimming. A Nightmare on Elm Street made people afraid of going to sleep. The Color Out of Space made people afraid of drinking water. Now that's real terror. I won't give away any more than that, but definitely check this out. And finally, today I would like to recommend In the Days of the Comet by H.G. Wells. So as the title might suggest, there is a comet barreling down on Earth, and it is expected to wipe out all of humanity. The story surrounds a gentleman who wants to spend those final days with the two people that he is closest to, his fiancée and his best friend. The only problem is, the two of them have run off together. So, scorned by love, this man is hell-bent on getting to them before the comet can. Now, I won't give away the ending, but all I can say is, it's a thing of beauty. So, I guess that does it for today, and if you don't like it, just remember, it's the fault of horror.